circle radio.
Okay, 909, you're on the air with Marabelle Blue, Unfiltered Late Night Conversations.
How you doing? This
Hello.
is Beanie Loco. How you doing?
Okay.
This is Beanie Loco. Calling from Los Angeles with the 909 area code. But, the investigations that we're doing, a lot of the stuff that's going on in this world are ran by the globalists. And we need to stop the globalists with the truth, because they're trying to push their type of propaganda through the media to indoctrinate the youth.
Okay.
And they're using all these artists, all these actors, all these entertainers, nothing but slaves to the masters. Slaves who sold their soul already. They sold their soul. They don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's going to take a bunch of us to rise up, spread the truth, and tell them people, them devils, to get out of here. Get out of my face.
Who are the devils? Who are the devils?
The devils are the so-called, supposedly they're called liberals, but they're not liberals. They're communists. They ain't liberals. They're against free speech. You ever heard of a liberal that's against free speech?
I really don't know. I don't follow them, I guess.
Yeah, they're against free speech, but they say that they're liberal, that they're for the people, but they want a type of like Stalin type of tactic for America, Marxism. We can't do that. We can't let that happen here, because if that happens here, then it's going to take another 40 years to get back on track.
So what is your solution? You've called in and you've said what you had to say. What is your solution? How do we get back on track with solutions?
Information. Go tell the people the information that they're not getting from the news stations. Information that comes directly from the independent media. Independent media is like the people from YouTube, the people that have their own channels, that actually give out their own what's going on in their own cities, in their own hoods, what's going on. And you have all them that they talk a big game, but they ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing shit. You got Nancy Pelosi. Man, how in the hell did she become a multimillionaire? How do you become a multimillionaire by getting $180,000 a year for what they're doing? But she owns like 3 houses worth 10 times as much. You know they're doing crooked deals. You know?
Well, that's the thing, is that nobody is going to tell you outright. Do you think that the government is going to knock on your door and spew secrets, or on anybody's door for that matter, not just on yours, but anybody's door for that matter, and say, this is what's really going on behind closed doors?
Oh, the government loves it. The government don't want you to know. They want you to be happy at home watching TV, your entertainment being polluted by the masses, by the masters, being a slave, because that's what the TV is. That's why it's called TV programming. Your mind's being programmed. Your mind is being programmed to be a slave.
So let me ask you a question. When you want to get your news on what's going on in the world, do you use YouTube as a source?
I use YouTube. I use independent media. As I say, like independent media, there might be some news sources that you might not agree with, but I listen to a lot of things. What's going on? What they're not telling you. What they're not telling you.
Mhm.
Did you know the CIA runs CNN? They run MSNBC. They run Fox. It's nothing but actors trying to be newscasters, trying to be reporters, journalists.
Mhm.
They shit. They don't know. They don't know nothing.
Right.
They're just reading from the conference, reading from what's going on, reading and reading. That's all they're doing.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
And these people that are mindless, they think that they're telling you the truth, but they're not. These people that are mindless are just people that on the weekends they just want to party. They want to go out and get some skins, hit some skins, this and that, and then it's all getting back again to Monday to Friday. Working, and then entertainment. That's all it is.
If you had advice for the younger generation, what would you say to somebody who is 27, 28, 29, 30 years old?
I would tell them to go get themselves a degree, get themselves a bachelor, get themselves a master's, get themselves off of their feet, become something in your community, become the inspiration to others.
Right.
Become the hope to the hopeless. Because all these young folks, all they do is they analyze the drug dealers, the pimps, the hustlers, people making money, making cheddar. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't who you're supposed to be looking at. That's not your motivation. That's not something that's supposed to motivate you to be like, oh, I want to be like that. Man, that's going to get you killed.
Well, that's the thing. Who do people look up to in these days? Who is an inspiration without having to for that person to be judged at? I mean, we're all going to judge in one form or another, but who is a real inspiration that people can look up to in this day and age?
Man,
in the 80s, we had Madonna, and everybody hated her for the things that she was doing.
Yeah. Man, she ain't nothing but a tramp. She ain't nothing but a hoe that knew how to pimp herself right. That's why she's making the money.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, whether she's a hoe or not, the fact remains is that she made enough connections in her time to be able to align herself with those people so that she can get to where she was going. She had a goal, she had a vision, and she fulfilled that vision. And
she had to sleep in a lot of beds, I tell you. to get up there. I'm telling you, that's what she did.
Wouldn't somebody say the same thing about Jennifer Lopez, though? Wouldn't somebody say the same thing about her?
She did the same thing.
But you see what it is now. Here's where the conversation takes a turn, because we're not hearing about what men have done in order to acquire fame. I mean, the last caller we were talking about Kanye West.
A lot of things. Let me tell you. I used to be in the entertainment industry, and I heard a lot of stuff in the studios. I heard. You ever heard of Jeffrey Osborne?
Yes, I have.
The singer Jeffrey Osborne. Okay. He was signed under Quincy Jones.
Yes.
Now, from rumors, he wanted to get out of his contract, but he couldn't. So Quincy Jones told him, in order for him to get out of his car, that he would have to perform oral sex on him. And that's what
Quincy
he did.
Jones.
He performed on Quincy Jones. Osborne performed oral sex on Quincy Jones. That's right. You heard it. Also, one of the big producers, also Quincy Jones, when Michael Jackson got his award for Thriller, in the back of the Grammys when he was getting that award, he told one of my friends, he plays keyboards and he teaches his students now how to play keyboards and all that stuff. But back in those days, he was helping out Quincy Jones. So riding back when they were having the Grammys, that's when they had when Michael Jackson was having beef with Prince.
Right.
And so when he was getting the Grammy Award, for, what did Quincy Jones say? He said, "It's time to break out the jelly." Now, what did he mean by this?
I don't know. I don't think I want to know, to be honest with you.
Yeah. See, there's a lot of things that you don't know about entertainers, what they do, and what they do in secret. Have you ever heard of the Illuminati?
Yes, I have.
Okay, the Illuminati is real.
I know it is.
Illuminati is real. It is real. And it's a secret path. All these entertainers, what they do and how they get them to not to do what they say. They sign a contract written and signed in their own blood, and they keep it inside a vault. Now, when the guy or the girl wants to get out of it, they go back and they get that contract, and they show it to them, and they say, "This is what you did. This is what you signed. You agreed to this. You agreed to that. So there's no way for you to go out." So that's why a lot of these artists commit suicide.
Because that's the only way out.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's the only way out. But the devil's a liar, I tell you.
Well, you know, it's
because
very sad. It's very sad because people will exchange whatever it is that they have for fame. And you need to ask yourself, or anybody would need to ask themselves, what are they willing to give up in exchange for fame, to be recognized for what they do? I mean, it's the same way you would wonder, why is it you have all of these talented musicians that don't have a record deal, that are still playing in bars, that still have a daytime job just to pay the bills and play music at night because that's what they love and they don't want to give up their dream? And do you come to a point where you say to yourself, maybe I should give up on my dream and just play when it, play my musical instruments or play my music when I can, but commit myself to my family and my work? When is it a good time for anyone to say, I give up on my dream? Or should we not give up on our dreams?
Well, that dream is going to get you somewhere, but it's going to have to you're going to have to lose your head to get that place. Then that's something that you don't want to pursue.
Right.
Because a lot of people losing their heads, and when I say losing their heads, I don't mean like physically they're losing their heads, but spiritually they're losing their heads. And a lot of these artists, they know other people in this industry, family members, cousins, the whole, I don't know if you heard, but Snoop Dogg, his best friend, Warren G, his brother was Dre, and then the whole dog pound. They're all related. And you know that they all grew up at church, and that you know that they all come from Freemasonry. They're all from Freemasonry. So if you're into Freemasonry and they see that you have a talent, oh, they're going to blow you up. Look what happened to Jay-Z.
Well, you know, I remember one time on YouTube I was watching some girl who made a video that she believes that Aaliyah was murdered because she wouldn't join the Illuminati. And that's why he ended up going with Beyonce. Now, I don't know for sure, because like I said, you're always going to have conspiracy theories, and you're always going to have people sharing what they believe certain events took place because this person died, you know, because they didn't want to be a part of or join something. I mean, if anybody just random off the street wanted to join the Illuminati, how would they be able to do that? How would they be able to find that organization and become a part of it where they can communicate with other members?
That's something that you got to be born into. That's something that you got to know a person that's involved in it. Like, they won't take any Joe off the street. I'll tell you that.
Do you think that some of these YouTubers that are famous, do you think that they're part of it? Take, for example, Jeffree Star.
Yeah.
Do you know who
never heard of
Star
Jeffree
is?
Star. I think he's is he the transsexual guy?
Yes, he's a makeup artist.
Yeah. See, he probably got into that through the makeup stuff for the film industry. But it depends. If they see you as you have like talent, you have potential, they'll use you. If they think that you have what it takes.
Right.
If they see that you have a lot of followers, then they'll use you. But if you're just some Joe from off the street and you just want to join the Illuminati, nah, they won't. Like, they won't even move a finger. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. Well, I want to thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts. And, you know, we're going to try and do this every Thursday. So if there's a topic that you want to discuss next week, you are more than welcome to call and share your thoughts and opinions. So thank you for calling in, 909.
All right, you take care.
Thank you. You too. Sorry about that. I put you on mute in case you want to hear the show.
Let me tell you something about my weenie, okay? It's fucking big.